Last time we played, our heroes of Kiata, Tulip, Mute Who, Regnus, and Alvar had helped fend off a good chunk of a orc invasion of the Grimfang and the Gorefang clans. It was also during this point that it became abundantly clear that I may have oopsed a little bit and used too much time on the combat. But we're not going to focus on that. We're going to focus on what happened afterwards. Afterwards, you guys were able to track the orcs back to their main camp and loot a number of items from them, which you guys have already started divvying up amongst each other. I believe it's somewhere in the notes up ahead. Up way at the top. I'll post them again in case we need them. Regnus and Tulip found the reason why the orcs were able to cast a touch spell at range due to these magical bracers that allowed them to cast, for a bonus action, they could activate them and then cast a level 1 touch spell at a range of 60 feet.
Is it only level 1?
As far as you know, only level 1. So, after that, you met up with the Lady of the Forest, Rizalka, as she cleaned up the last of the orcs, and as you guys did save a number of the townsfolk that you were able to, either with medicine checks or Regnus's Spare the Dying ability. That is when the Lady of the Forest, after having most of the flames put out, starts preparing a number of the bodies on the ground to have them brought to the forest for a funeral. I had to write something extra because Alvar decided not to be here today, so give me a moment. Alright. So, the Lady of the Forest, after preparing the bodies as best as she could at that moment, pulls each of you aside and begins to speak. Thank you for your assistance in this matter. I am happy that as many of the townsfolk that survived did survive, though I don't like the cost that came with it. And her eyes kind of drift for a moment to the bodies of the Gaunt brothers. But nonetheless, the town will survive, and it can be easily rebuilt, and the people will live on. Though now I require your assistance, if you don't mind.
What can we help you with?
Well, there is no lawmaster. There is no town wizard. And every small town needs one. And, well, I'm going to need you to go to Penna in order to have new ones sent over. Normally we would elect someone from the town, but due to the situation, the noble over these lands would have to appoint a new one. So, I'm going to ask that you go and do that for me. You don't have to leave right now. I can understand if you need more supplies and so on before you go. But this is something that would be very helpful to this town if you did complete it for us.
We can definitely help you with that.
Thank you. She smiles to you, Tulip, and she kind of removes that bone mask that she has, the bone visor with all the leaves as a mane, revealing her face once more. If you don't mind, I have some old friends to bury. And she nods to you and moves on. A number of the townsfolk are now coming back out of the forest and back into town to help put out fires that may still linger, check to see what the damages are and who else might have been lost. Is there anything you guys want to do while you're standing in this slightly smoldering
I'd like
town?
to. We already bought our stuff, so I'd like to, if I can, for a moment, write a letter.
Okay.
Really addressing my sister and just writing that, we made it all right. Sorry to hear the news. We should be coming soon, but we have a few things to take care of. After that, we'll be glad to make it there. All is well, Ragnus and Alvar. And then, if there's a courier system here, send it via them. If not, I'll send it via Penna.
Well, they do have a courier here that can run it forward for you. They do say with the distance that's going to take some time, but they can easily do that for you.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's going to cost a little bit of money, though.
All right.
For the distance, it's going to be about 6 silver pieces.
Could I get a loan from somebody? Because I spent all the money buying part of the wagon and part of the donkey.
Your brother Alvar rolls his eyes and sets the 6 silver pieces down. Really, brother, you should do better taking care of your money.
I'm sorry, I'm the one who bought us transportation.
He just shakes his head.
The vehicle is under my name. This is in joint custody.
Let's think. Is there anything else you guys want to do while you're in town? Once again, you were able to buy the supplies you needed for the travel to Penna, or essentially travel to anywhere. But you had mentioned that you wanted to go to Penna for the High Library, where Lady Rizalka, or the Lady of the Forest, thought there might be more information about Alethara and a number of other things, actually. But is there anything you guys need to buy?
I'm good on my end.
Yeah, no, I think we're free to set out.
Okay.
All right. So as you set out, Alvar pulls Ragnus aside for a moment, briefly mentions that he's going to hang back a little bit and he'll catch up with you tomorrow, as he's going to stay and help the Lady of the Forest with everything, as he feels kind of bad that you guys weren't able to stop all of the orcs.
Normally I promise sister that I keep a close eye on you, and normally something like this would not be allowed. However, and I'm going to, if I can, if the Lady of the Forest is within range, glare at her, even if she doesn't notice me. I completely trust you in the company of this town.
You see her head turn for a moment, even though she's not looking at you, you get the feeling she can still hear you.
Yeah, so feel free to stay and help out, brother. It might help you see more of the world. And this is a completely safe town.
Your brother just shakes his head, trying to stifle a laugh as he just says, "Try not to die while I am away."
Oh, please. It's not like I've already been down. Oh, wait, I have.
He pats you on the shoulder and goes to help the lady.
Do well, brother. I hope to see you soon. Because, well, if I don't, there's not a lot I can say on what good will happen.
He just yells back, "Oh, Tulip, just make sure my brother doesn't do anything stupid while I'm gone."
Can do.
Hey, that is completely unfair.
Tulip is just gonna smile at Regnus and just turn away.
All right. So as you proceed on back to getting your things together, thankfully your donkey and cart were not raided by the orcs, and you start heading southeastern out of the town, following along the road. Whew. So, with that, Alvar has temporarily departed the party, and he'll be rejoining you as soon as he can. He'll probably be about a day behind everyone.
Okay.
So,
Alvar has left the party. The creatures of Pandora grow weaker.
oh, you wish.
Oh.
Is this sort of like reverse, where the less we have, the stronger they are?
Maybe.
spooked.
And just then, a wild person appeared. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I was hoping something would at least come and hit me in the head after I said that.
All right. So let's see. As you travel on through the roads down towards essentially following the signs for Penna, the city of 7 families, you do see a small other farming houses and hamlets off in the distance, none of which are actually on the map, as it seems that people just kind of started setting up there and no one's really told them otherwise. This portion of the land is mostly farmland, a lot of wheat, a lot of corn, spinach, cabbage, and so on, just for as far as you can see. Let's see, where's my dice? There it is. Alright. So, when it comes to rations, you guys bought a few, but also, what do you plan on doing to making sure that you guys actually survive this trek?
Well, how much rations do we have, actually? Well, let me check. I don't think I have any rations.
I did mention for you guys to buy some.
Yeah, no, I have a few.
You guys have a few rations, but it's a week and 2 days, so about 9 days to the city of Penna.
Oh.
It's mostly because it's flat land all the way there, no major hills or anything. So the traveling's easy, but it's more of just long.
So, anyone knows how to hunt?
In that moment, Bregnus realizes, oh wait, brother does.
Right.
So, with the first night slowly approaching as you guys are, as I said, moving on, who's taking first watch?
It's taking forever to to load everything up, and I don't know why, because normally it doesn't take this long.
Oh, not a problem.
I'll offer. After all, dark vision is usually best at a night watch.
So, first watch, second watch, or third shot?
Yeah, I'll take first watch.
I can do second.
I guess I'll do third.
Tulip will just go where she's needed. She doesn't have dark vision, so.
Oh, so much to join her then.
Well,
She can.
it was
I
you for
guess she can
first.
join me.
Yeah,
Alright.
the morning watch.
Anyway, do the honors of what?
Perception check, if you don't mind.
At disadvantage, right? Or is it normal?
It would be first watch, so it would be normal.
Alright. Perception.
Oh,
Let's see. Well, as everyone's, finally getting down to bed, sleeping and getting comfortable, the hours pass for relative ease before you just kind of like perk up for a moment, and you see a raccoon starting to dig through one of the packs as if looking for food.
Hey, piss off!
Do an animal handling check real quick. It hisses at you and charges.
God.
Wait, it's charging me?
Yeah.
I'm just going to shoot an Eldritch Blast right in front of it.
Alright. The flare of radiant energy strikes the ground right in front of it and goes, and just runs off, darting into the darkness.
The hell, man? I told you to piss off. Good God. Animals.
The rest of the watch passes without any problems. You go over and you shake Mute awake.
No,
from
I
his
don't
watch.
actually shake him. I kind of like lightly kick him in the side and be like, "Hey,
All
look out for raccoons."
right, sure thing.
All right. Mute, as you get up off your little bag and start your watch, would you do a perception check for me as Regnus settles down for his sleep?
All right.
Your watch actually goes by without any problems. You get to watch some of the stars up in the skies for a bit,
All right.
but nothing of major interest happens. A couple of nightingales calls. That's about it.
All right.
Mhm. And then, as your watch starts to end, you go over and rouse Kiata and Tulip for their watch.
All right. I tap him on the shoulder. Say, it's your turn now.
Bill's just gonna.
All right. Then Kiara's
Bags
just
on
gonna
your
put
eyes.
on the night vision goggles.
All right. And so you guys can both make perception checks, or only one of you can make a perception check.
I would make one, but I'm still loading in.
No. Why is
I don't know.
It is evil or something.
Perhaps you should
It never
refresh.
does this.
Have you tried refreshing it?
Yeah.
Damn, look at Tulip.
Well, we'll say that Tulip gets advantage for her check, since you haven't been able to load in yet.
hmm
And that's a nat 20.
All right.
Oh.
Let's see.
You did good, kid.
Tulip, you see a raccoon yourself, starting to like go closer and closer to Regnus's pack.
Oh, she's
Kind
gonna
of like flatten down and trying to sneak closer.
she's gonna get out her short bow, but she's not gonna like shoot it. She's just gonna like kind of like try to like shoot it, and yeah.
Oh, great! This again.
Make an animal handling check. That's a 9.
It's better than me.
It hisses at you. Regnus, your eyes shoot open as all of a sudden you hear the hissing sound of a raccoon again, and it's near your bag.
I reach into my bag, I take a ration, I kind of go, huh? Go get it, you freaking rat!
Make an animal handling check. It snatches it from your hand without biting any of your fingers and runs off into the underbrush.
You know, they're adorable little buggers, but it's late, and I just want to sleep. I'm gonna look over at Tulip and Kiata. Well, good night.
Night.
Good night.
Rolls back over for the last few hours of the morning watch. And the morning is peaceful. The clouds start rolling in. They don't look like thunderclouds, but a light sprinkle is starting to hit the open fields that you're in.
All right.
And as the rain starts drizzling down, you start seeing other people on the road, apparently starting their travels long before you have, heading up towards Hellas. One of them is kind of a stocky man in leather armor holding a polearm on his back. And the other is a slightly shorter man and wearing kind of blue and green robes as he walks in. While the larger man doesn't even acknowledge your existence, the other one smiles and waves and it's like, "Hello, blessing of Lapara upon you." The other one shoves him a little bit. He's like, "Oh, sorry. Have a good morning."
Tulip's just gonna wave.
Stop it. And as you get back onto your cart and have your morning rations, which, by the way, each of you mark a ration off, and travel on forward. It's got some distance. Is there anything you guys want to talk about while you are traveling?
I'm pretty sure there'll be idle chat.
Idle chidle? Oh. Probably Regnus worrying about his brother.
Just doing the head calculations of how horrible the pain will be if my sister finds out I accidentally left my brother to die.
All of you don't see it, but you definitely feel like this haze of like despair around Regnus as he's doing these mental calculations.
Tulip's
His
just gonna
shoulders
kinda
just slowly.
look at him like, "Are you okay?"
He actually doesn't even hear because he's right now calculating.
She's
Like
just
you
gonna
hear
look
little
at
mutters.
Kiana.
Oh.
I guess we leave him be for now. Let him finish what he's doing.
All right, and as this day starts coming down, I need another set of perception checks for the watches. Are you going to keep with the same routine or change?
Actually, Regnus would inquire if Tulip is willing to share a watch with him as he has questions.
She'll agree to it.
All right, so first watch, second watch, or third watch?
I'm good for a second again.
I'll do third.
All right, so apparently we're going to share first watch.
Alright.
All right, so after getting the cart slightly unpacked to where each of you can essentially stay dry with the tent that you have and get comfortable, Regnus and Tulip, you're sitting up on top of the cart, kind of just watching around for your watches. You said you had questions?
So, I have an offer for you. It's not exactly a good one, and it's not exactly a bad one. You, out of everyone here, are the most curious to me, as you are... How do I put this? You intrigue me a lot because of the way you act.
How I act?
Yes, I can account a few things that cause... Worry is not the right word, but you'll understand what I mean. So I offer you a deal in a sort of a way. 3 questions. That's all it is. It can be every night, it can be whatever. 3 questions in which I must answer truthfully, and 3 questions in which you must answer truthfully. You're allowed 1 pass if the topic is too stressful or you don't actually have the right information to explain it, but there's a lot I'd like to know.
Alright.
There's a chance for you to interrogate and have me expunge whatever information you'd like out of me, and gives me a chance to satisfy my own curiosities.
I'll accept your deal. She's just
Regnus.
like thinking about it.
Regnus holds out his hand,
She shakes it.
and trust me, I'm a man of my word. What you ask, I shall answer as truthfully as I can.
I'll be honest, first when you guys started talking about this, I thought it was about to be one of those indecent proposal things. I was like, oh my god, what am I allowing? But never mind, I'm pleasantly surprised.
How about...
Go.
Oh, am I heard right now? Yes, I am. Okay.
Yeah.
Just gotta make sure sometimes. She's just gonna, like, think, like, how did you want to do this? Did you want to, like, split it up?
Well, if you have immediate questions, feel free to ask. And then he kind of holds up his three of his fingers, and are like, remember, only three though. As I have plenty for you. It's just, oof. If you'd like to start, you can, or I can start. We can divvy it up.
Since you proposed the idea, I think you should go first.
Alrighty then. 2 nights ago, you were kind of grumpy in the morning. Little, not like your normal self. I believe that was the day we were attacked by the orcs, at least in the morning.
Yeah. What about it?
Why were you grumpy?
Bad dream is all.
A bad dream, you say?
Yes.
Fine, I'll spin another one. Do these bad dreams come often?
Not often. Which is why it caught me off guard.
He kind of mulls on this last one.
Uh-huh.
You clearly seem to dislike the dwarves. And I mean, like, very extreme, begrudging hatred against them.
Continue.
I'm not going to be an idiot and say why, but if you have one, a grudge against them, but is there a reason for this hatred for them?
It's not all dwarves, necessarily. But yes, there is a reason.
Ragnus kind of, like, realizes what she just did there and is like, crap. And he surrenders and just kind of leans back. Your turn.
Why does the Lady of the Forest hate you so much?
He kind of like, oh, yeah, this was a really bad deal on my part. I apparently somehow unknowingly undid a bit of her work.
She's just gonna kind of like think about it. And she's just gonna... Is that transformation, we'll say, you had on the battlefield related to her hatred towards you?
If there was any color in his face, it would drain. But since he's pretty pale, he kind of just like scratches at his neck and it's just like, I'll take my pass on that one.
She's just gonna kind of just look at him. That's answer enough for me. I don't have any right now.
Very well.
And could one of you guys do a perception check at advantage?
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh, yikes.
So while you guys are having this conversation and talking, hold on, let me make sure. Okay, no. You like for a moment you hear rustling, but then you look around and you don't hear it again, so you just kind of shrug and continue on with your conversation throughout your watch. Is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about?
Well, I used up my 3 questions and Tulip expertly dodged them.
All right.
So,
Well,
yeah. She has one question left, but I think she's gonna save it.
all right.
Yeah, I'll
So,
go wake
as you-
them up. You go ahead and take a nap.
Okay.
And he's gonna walk over and wake up Mute again.
Same fashion.
Same
Just kick him in
fashion.
the side.
Oh,
So, Mute, once again, you just unceremoniously is woken by the side, your side being kicked by Regnus. Not a hard kick, but enough to get your attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more like a jostling. Regnus, however, will stay up for a little bit longer, but not too much, and because that rustling still bothered him. And then after clear knowledge that nothing's there, he's just gonna pass out.
All right. Mute, is there anything you'd like to do on your watch?
Nothing necessarily. I guess I just watch, make sure nothing's coming.
All right, then give me a perception check for your side.
All right. If my mouse will work for a second.
Nice.
Nice.
That's a good one.
Thanks.
All right. You definitely see it. You see a raccoon coming and sneaking closer and closer to everyone's packs.
All right. I go over to it and give a little kick at it.
You just kick the rest.
Animal handling check.
All right.
You want to tussle?
As you go over to kick at it, it bites you right on the leg.
Ooh.
And then runs away for 1 point of damage.
You dirty
So
rat.
it just barely breaks skin as it bites into your leg and then runs off.
All right. Better never see you again. This is your last warning.
Mute goes back to his watch, rubbing his leg, damn it. All right. And then, nothing else happens throughout your watch, And then as you wake Kiata for his, just, the gentle
Yeah.
on his shell.
And I get my HP back as I rest.
You do.
Okay.
Don't worry.
No, surprisingly, this was a magical raccoon.
Damn it.
Yada?
I'm sure he's still connected. Kiata?
You might be AFK.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, there we go.
I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
I'm
It's
just.
still not letting him load in, so
It's not.
I'm loading
I don't know why.
up your character sheet for you.
Alright.
So that way I can at least roll for you, but still, I want to make sure you're still here. Have you tried closing out your browser completely and logging back in?
Give me a second.
Well, while you try and get that working, is there anything special you'd like to do on your watch?
No, nothing special. Kiara's probably just gonna keep watching. Maybe meditate a little bit.
Alright, so let's do a perception for you. Dang it, it's not. There we go.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you see a raccoon on your watch. It's got little bits of food on its face as it's slowly crawling towards the packs.
I
And
swear
it
to
stops
God.
as it stares at you. And you and the raccoon kind of lock eyes for a moment.
Kiara is going to walk over to the raccoon very slowly and just pet it.
Please let me.
Alright, so that's animal handling.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
What did I get?
Bad.
7.
Oh. Ooh. Ooh.
It tries to bite you, but it doesn't seem to be able to get a mouthful of you enough to actually hurt you.
Mhm.
So then it freaks out more and runs away.
You just cannot handle these animals or this raccoon.
All right. Nothing else happens during your watch. You were able to get a good couple of hours of meditation in as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then as morning comes and everyone starts, going through their stuff to make sure they have everything. Let me count. See, that was 1, 2. As a group, you were missing 2 rations. Well, 3 from the one that Regnus freely gave the raccoon.
I already counted that one against me.
Yeah. Tulip, you're missing a ration, and Mute, you're also missing a ration. You're thinking at some point that raccoon has been following you guys and stealing from you.
Huh.
It's the same one.
You think so?
It's gotta
Maybe.
be.
Well, I'm gonna handle him next time I see him.
Yeah, like you open your pack, you're about to put your stuff in, and you just realize that there's like kind of that leaf wrapper that was used to hold the rations together, and there's just one of them empty. And you're like, I don't remember eating this one.
Tulip's just gonna look up like, I knew that rustling was something.
Oh. So, as you get back onto your cart and get the donkey moving, going down the street.
Move,
The
Atlas!
Atlas!
You named it Atlas?
Yeah,
Yes.
for he carries our world on his shoulders.
Oh, I love it, but I'm still facepalming. Move, Atlas, for you carry our world on your shoulders. Saving that for another time. So after on this 3rd day of travel, you finally come upon another small hamlet. One that's not on the map. It certainly looks like it's just a starting up, bustling town. They've got a few houses close together, but nothing of major significance. And as you're coming upon the town, you see a man running as hard as he can towards you. Help! Help! Please! Please!
Calm down. Slow. What's the problem?
Skids to a stop as he just almost runs into the side of the cart. Azamar, please! And he grabs Regnus and tries to pull you
I'm
off the
going
cart
to
as if
grip his shoulder and pinch that one nerve and be like, slower words. What is the problem?
It's a Hell Knight. There's a Hell Knight in town.
Bloody hell. And I vault over the thing and I just start marching.
All right. Does anyone else follow him as the
Tulip's
villager
just
pulls
like,
him?
I'm gonna park Atlas.
So everyone else following while Tulip's parking Atlas.
Oh,
Don't forget the locket.
Yeah. We'll follow.
All right. So as you get closer and into the little hamlet where the man leads you, you find 5 other men tackle holding back a single 6.5 foot tall armored knight. And his armor itself is this obsidian black color with red trimming all over it. And he's just trying to push his way through them without hurting them. And you hear this growled voice, "Just let me kill it! Out of my way!"
Regnus is going to whistle at the as loud as he can.
Trying to get the Hell Knight's attention.
Just everyone's.
You get people's attention. A number of them are running over, thank you. I'm so glad.
What appears to be your dealing here, Hell Knight?
He's still kind of ignoring you. He doesn't look at you as he's trying to push past these people.
I'm going to rest my foot on his chest and go, what is your dealing here?
He stares up at you. You see anger in his eyes.
I know your
I'm
kind.
getting tired of you mortals getting in the way of my job.
And what is your job? Because I know you
What do you
wouldn't be
think we
here
Hell
without a
Knights
reason.
do? What do you think we Hell Knights do? We come here and we kill demons and demonic influences.
Yes, and so what appears to be your job in this small, upstarting hamlet?
What do you think? God, you mortals don't even use your brains fully.
I walk up to him. I say, that raccoon wasn't that serious. Just calm down.
I'm going to, as sharp as I can, elbow mute in the gut. Now's not a time for jokes. I can use my fucking brain, you ignorant piece of shit. What is the demon?
Well, I'd show you if these idiots would get off me.
And I snap and look at everyone. Let him up.
But he's going to kill Gary.
Him up. Hell Knights are rarely wrong.
They slowly let go of him and they let him up, and he just kind of stands up, towering above the rest of you, and he just wipes the dirt and mud from his chest where you put your foot. And he
Lead the
stares
way.
down at you.
Can Tulip catch up at this point?
Yeah, by the time you get there, you see this obsidian armored man just kind of looming over everyone.
She's
And just kind of
gonna walk over and look at Kiana like, what's going on?
You're asking the wrong person.
She's just gonna look towards Regnus, but he's obviously distracted, so she's just like, okay.
One of the actually a number of the townsfolk start pleading with Regnus, please, he's going to kill Gary. He's not lost. He's just misguided.
Wait, who's
Now,
Gary?
what exactly is wrong with Gary?
He just he found a book and he became really obsessed with things. He's not consorting with demons. And the Hell Knight goes, yes, he is. I can smell it.
Where's Gary?
The Hell Knight is just keep walking, and he eventually comes to this one house, and he puts his hand on the door and just starts pulling it off the hinges as best as he can.
Regnus just follows to attempt to mitigate the amount of damage, as he knows what they're gonna do. Because he was trained in religion, I assume.
Yep.
Yeah, he knows what's about to go down. So he's gonna minimize the damage as best he can.
As the Hell Knight's trying to pull the door off, more of the townspeople are like, no, maybe we can still save Gary. You don't have to kill him.
Is it just a book?
The Hell Knight stares at you. Are you just an Azamar?
Are you just an asshole? I'm pretty sure we can ask these rhetorical questions all day.
Fine. You want to be important, go ahead and go in first. You can look.
I'm going to, if the door's not cutting off, I'm just going to Eldritch Blast the lock and then just kick it in.
Yeah, the door was coming off, but it seemed like, even though he's strong, he's not strong enough to just yank it completely off. It's a well-made wooden door. So after the Eldritch Blast, burning a hole through where the lock was and shoving it open, you find that the house itself, when you immediately come in, looks almost perfect. Very oddly perfect.
See, this is the problem with becoming part of a demon cult. You make your things look too good. That's how people get suspicious, you dumbass.
Yeah. Surprised you can't smell it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not trained in the ways of actually being a demon.
No, but you've got taint on you.
Oh, yeah, sure. It says you. You don't literally want to talk.
The Hell Knight just kind of smiles at you.
I'm good.
And then just turns back to staring inside the building.
Yeah, walking in further, I'm just gonna search for whatever book.
Alright, as you go in, perception check. He goes in after you. The other townsfolk kind of crowd around the door, making it hard for the rest of you to get in. Well, Regnus, you see a man, kind of slender, wearing purplish robes. He seems to be kind of like sitting at a table with a plate in front of him. He's like, "Oh, hello."
Book now, otherwise this is gonna get far more ugly than you ever want.
Book? What do you mean, book?
I'm going to just have the energy start to coalesce in my hand. Look, I'm actually the good one here. This prick right here is the one that wants to kill you and take the book. I just want you to hand the book over. So how about you just hand the book over and we can have this little prick be gone?
Do the rest of you try and get into the house past the townsfolk? Or are you waiting outside?
Tulip's just gonna ask people what's going on.
One of them finally tells you, "It's like a Hell Knight. The Holy Order, the Church acknowledges their god, Eric's the god of Hell, but Hell Knights come from Hell itself in order to kill devils, demons, and fiends, but also anyone who gets in their way of hunting such prey."
So, Gary's gotten away?
Or Gary at some point spoke with, or he didn't do anything bad. He's just misguided is all.
I see. And then she's gonna actually go in.
Okay, so you like kind of squeeze past, and Gary slowly takes his hands off the top of the table, and you see a woman come in from the side, from the kitchen area, and he's like, "Oh, hello. Could I help you?"
I'm gonna look at the Hell Knight. Anything?
His eyes are dead on the woman.
Let me guess, she's a demon, fiend, devil, something?
He just charges. Let's see. As he charges forward, a sword ignites into his hands. Unfortunately, he doesn't roll very well, and he slashes at her and just knocks the plates from her hand. And as she backs up,
let's mitigate this.
Okay, Regnus, you're able to move out of the way just in time as Gary stands up and flings a hand out towards you, and necrotic eldritch blasts just flying past your head and striking the top of the ceiling, just above the door frame.
Oh, Gary, you really, really should not have done that. And I'm going to release mine at him.
All right, go ahead and try. Oh, that'll hit.
Oh shit.
All right.
And as that hits it, I'm going to be like, see, where you went wrong is you tried working with the devil. I followed the path of faith. And you're about to have your ass handed to you because of it unless you give us that goddamn book.
Initiative, everyone, as the woman slowly changes and transforms into a winged, devil-horned woman with dark red skin.
Well.
And suddenly, Mute has the Y boner.
Whoa, I love this look.
Oh, and Kiata's still not in, so I'll take care of that for her. 7. Kiata, I am sorry. I don't know why it's not working for you.
Oh,
Here,
I
you said it
think
correct.
I might have got.
So that's Regnus, Tulip, and Kiata at the same time. Mute.
Well, that's actually, yeah.
So,
It's kind of funny how that works out.
Yeah.
alright, so he got a 21, and she got... Oh, you lucky sons of bitches. Wait, no, what's... Oh, yeah, so... Oh, and his... Alright, so... It is Gary, Regnus, Soul, Tulip, and Kiata, the Succubus, and then Mute. All right. Gary is then going to try and fling another Eldritch Blast. +6. Yep, that's going to hit you, Regnus, as he's focusing on you. Where's my D10? Nope. Here, there we go. And you luck out. Oh, wait, he has the exact same stats as you, so you only get 6 damage back to you.
So 6?
Yep, he has the exact same stats as you, only slightly more health. Alright. Regnus, it's your go.
Very angry at that. He's just going to look over at the succubus, snap his fingers to activate Hex, expertly open his small case, pull out a small flask, and very Ashley Williams style go, "Yo, she bitch," and throw the flask of holy water.
Nice. Alright.
So
Click Hex, and then your attack roll.
So just a dexterity throw?
Yep.
Not proficient, I assume?
Not proficiency. Yes, this is kind of like a... Oh, well, never mind.
Oh, that is perfect.
Remember, click your Hex thing so I can read it. And then, let's see, holy water. What would holy water do to a succubus? Why don't we go further in my notes?
I think holy water does a number of d4s of holy damage, or radiant damage.
No, it's actually 2d6.
Oh, damn. Oh, and I do an extra d6 of radiant. I forgot to change the hex. I'll fix that later.
Yep. So that's 3d6 total.
And then, isn't that doubled? Or is that just, no?
I am calculating something with it, considering that they technically have resistances to non-magical attacks and stuff.
Oh.
So awesome. Yeah. So that's a good chunk of damage you just did, and you have got her hate.
That's what I do.
Oh boy. Alright. So after Regnus, it's Soul, the Helmet.
Oh, wait! I'm sorry. When you said he did the Eldritch Blast on me, what type of damage was it?
Necrotic.
In which case I only took 3 points of damage.
Oh, okay. I thought I said necrotic the first time he cast it.
Yeah, no, sorry, it didn't click until now because I have Celestial Resistance.
That's right, you do. So, his don't hurt you as much. Alright, so Soul's going to continue on with his attacks. That's going to hit. So that's a longsword. Where's my d8? Whew, that hurts. So, after being hit with, after feeling the presence of the hex, she turns her eyes to you just in time to be hit by the holy water. She screams in pain and agony as all of a sudden this longsword cuts across her chest, leaving a deep gash. And, Soul seems excited by this. And he releases an aura. I need everyone to do a will save, if you don't mind. Or wisdom save. Yes.
Oh, mute!
DC 14 for the...
Oh no.
How did I get a double now?
The RPG gods despise who you are.
Apparently he rolls fire when it comes to attacks, but, to other things, no. Alright, so unfortunately, Tulip
Not so
and
much.
Mute. Oh. Kiata and Regnus, you were able to shake it off as this Hell Knight releases an aura of despair and fear seeping into you. He's actually using the fear one, so Mute and Tulip, you cannot get any closer to the Hell Knight, and so long as he is within your line of sight, you have disadvantage. As he's just releasing this constant aura of fear towards you. Alright, and that's going to be his only other action at this time. So now it is Tulip and Kiata's go. You get to decide who goes first.
Alright, so what's all in... I'm like blanking on what's all in the room that I can hit.
In the room there is Gary, who seems to be a warlock of some sort, currently chucking spells back and forth with Regnus.
Okay.
And a succubus, who is currently fighting the Hell Knight, who is giving off a scary aura.
Okay. Then, in that case, going to, I guess, hit the succubus?
Alright.
Oh, wait, which one is... Actually, which one's closer to me?
They're about the same distance, as she came out of the kitchen, and it's not a very big house.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Think of it like a townhouse.
Unarmed strike.
That won't hit.
Won't?
It will not.
Alright, I'm just
She's able to move out of the way from that strike.
I'm just gonna...
That one will hit.
Okay.
So fake left to a strong right to the gut. Bam! Is there anything else you'd like
to
to
be how a lot of my attacks go. The first one misses, and then everything after that hits.
Kiata, the king of the fake out. Gonna get you. Ah, nope. Bam! Tulip.
She is going to use under the succubus.
Thunderwave on the succubus? Alright, so Constitution save.
Can you?
I mean, the back part of the house is going to be blown out in the process, but yeah.
Oh, oh no!
Could you get closer? That's the thing, though. Because right now she's affected by the fear aura.
Yeah.
She can... The distance that she currently is, she can get close enough to nail the succubus on the edge of it. But it's like, after that, her body refuses to move any closer because the Hell Knight is right there giving off that aura.
Gotcha.
Well, I already rolled it.
no.
It's too late to turn back.
So that's a no. That's a 5.
Just blame it on the Hell Knight.
Yeah, that's what
And
I'm
let's
gonna do.
see about the.
It's all his fault. Don't worry.
So the succubus takes the damage and like flies back into the wall, and the wall behind her collapses down, showing the outside light like just pouring in from this hole in the wall that Tulip had made. The Hell Knight's like, yes, finally. All right. See, that stuff like that hurts. Magic hurts. All right, it's the succubus's go.
Oh, I was gonna.
Oh, that's right. You have a bonus action. What would you like to do? Sorry, you cut out. What was that?
Oh, I'm gonna give it to Regnus since he's in that little magic duel.
Ah, Bardic Inspiration to Regnus. Gotcha.
Oh!
Alright. Let's see, it's the succubus's go. She is going to run. Taking off into the air, she flies around and to... Ooh, she can get to the villagers. So she's going to attack one of them. with a draining kiss. So let's see. That's going to be Constitution save by the villager. That's a no. That's a 2. Oh no. I think I accidentally just killed a villager. Because it's 5d10 plus 5, and that's way more than anything that they have.
That's a
5d10.
That's a lot of damage.
Yep, that villager's dead. And the succubus is starting to look better. Alright. Mute, it's your go. You just saw the succubus get up from the hole that Tulip made and fly around to the outside where the villagers are. But you can't really get closer to the hole because the Hell Knight's right there, and you don't like being anywhere near him.
Well, I can do this. Okay, so I'm gonna come after her, but I will go out the front door and go around.
All right.
And I have decent movement speed actually, if I use different abilities. So I guess how far away would she be if I did it that way?
Well, you can already move 40 feet.
Yeah.
See, and you didn't move into the house that far, so yeah, you can easily get to her without any problems.
Okay. And I say to her, "Hey, come on, make love, not war. You don't have to be fighting everyone like this. Come on, look at this pretty face."
You're gonna get punched.
I might.
I'm really kind of rooting for the succubus if that's what's going to happen.
Make a charisma check for me, if you don't mind.
Charisma check.
So yeah, just click charisma.
All right.
Yeah, the stat.
All right.
Whew. Are you shitting me?
Of course. Go.
So I'm going to try to talk her out of it and woo her.
So she drops the lifeless body of the man she just drained, like, to the ground. Drops him. She starts rubbing her bottom lip. Oh, so sorry about that. Why don't you come over here and I'll give you a big kiss and we make up.
Okay, sure thing.
Oh, God.
Does anyone else find it ironic that he's managed to charm a succubus?
I think it's the other way around.
Well,
the slowly you feel the Hell Knight's murder boner growing. I'm sorry, I don't know any other way to put that. It's like he's like someone else is consorting with demons. Is there anything else you'd like to declare on your turn?
No, we just make out for a bit.
you're going to die.
Yeah, he's literally going to die.
Oh god. All right,
I
so
don't
that's
have a
not going to take
revivify
effect till the
yet.
succubus's turn. So, Gary's turn then.
I'm not healing you after this because this is your own fault.
Yeah, mute. I want to make this clear. I don't have revivify.
I mean, he'll learn his lesson.
I don't know if he will.
Will you? Will you?
Okay, he won't, but
Will you really?
Regnus, you're getting hit by another Eldritch Blast. This one is 12 points, so 6 points of damage. As he hits you with more necrotic. You leave her alone! Oh. And Gary is then, actually he's casting Hex first on the Hell Knight and then hitting you with an Eldritch Blast. Alright. Regnus, it's your go.
Alright. Gary, I'm going to give you a little bit of advice. One, you hex the guy you're actually trying to hit. And two, you don't make deals with devils. And I'm going to go so that the succubus is within range. or I can like see her.
All right, you can get around the corner through
Wait,
the
I
hole.
first have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, I'm good. Yeah, sorry. You're saying?
Yeah, I was going to say, if you go out the hole that was put in the wall by Tulip, you can get to where you can see her currently locking lips with Mute.
Yeah. when he sees Mute doggy with her, he's just gonna be like, I shouldn't be surprised.
Hey, I can't help myself. Sorry.
You are just the largest, dumbest mother. God, I hate you! And he's gonna shoot a guiding bolt at the succubus.
All right. 14.
And just for good measure, I'm gonna use the inspiration.
Yeah, because I was going to say, because that misses otherwise. I believe... Okay, that'll hit. Just barely, but that hits.
Oh, thank the gods.
I guess that knocks her away from me. Or the
We'll see. It probably wouldn't, but more of a... Let's see, 16 points of radiant damage. Ooh!
18
burns.
total.
That's right. 18 total. Ooh, that burns. Ooh, that burns. Oh, shit. Almost lost my pen.
Mute.
All right.
Step away from your idiotic dick.
I literally
So-
can't. It's attached to me.
Then back away.
For him?
So as Mute is like embracing the succubus, making out, some of the villagers are like, oh my.
This is literally how you die.
She suddenly screams in pain as this burn appears on her back from the guiding bolt striking into her, and she turns around and hisses at you. Actually, at this point, not yet. Okay, never mind. Not yet. Soul is... Oh, wait, Regnus, do you have anything else you'd like to declare?
I invoke the holy symbol of my middle finger.
Soul comes running around the corner, the longsword turning into a spear with reach as he gets as close as he can to strike at the succubus. What are you doing, idiot? Get your dick in your pants. That'll hit.
I haven't taken it out yet.
All right. He is also going to use an action surge to attack again.
Ooh.
Ooh. More spicy damage. Awesome. So she is looking roughed up now. Because she healed some, but you guys are not letting that take hold, so... Tulip and Kiata, you're still in the room with Gary, who is trying to prevent you from going after the succubus.
Well,
Tulip, you don't have disadvantage as the Hell Knight is no longer within your view.
I didn't mean to click that, but okay. Stop! Oh, I guess I'm flurry of blows. Let's just go with it. On Gary.
Okay, you're second business.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah.
That one, and then
Yeah,
that one.
the second two hits. Oh, that one did.
Again, faint, strike, strike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one did a critical for some reason. I guess because you had a nat 20 on the other one.
Oh.
Let's see. Still, that's 9 points of bludgeoning damage to his brain. Oof. Gary looks like he just got punched twice by Mike Tyson. but I don't want to go outside. All right. Tulip, what do you want to do?
Tulip is actually going to take her turn to go through the hole in the wall and just try to like get some villagers away.
All right. So make a persuasion check because they're all trying to not let Gary die. Yeah, you're able to like shoo them away. He's like, no, away.
You're gonna die if you don't move.
Is there anything else you'd like to declare on your turn?
I'm gonna give Bardic Inspiration to Kiata.
All right. Best turtle dad.
The best dad.
All right, the succubuses go. Mute, I need you to do a Constitution save as you are still embraced by her.
Oh god.
All right.
And this is how he dies.
Oh,
But she is wooed by me.
what's your maximum health? Just so I know how badly this hurts you.
29.
29.
Yes.
All right, you better hope that I roll low. Yes, she is wooed by you, but the love of a succubus is not something you want.
Unless you want to turn into a vampire.
More like something else, but we'll go into that another time.
Unless you
Oh,
wanna turn
that's
dad.
really that's really obscure lore from like way older editions.
Yeah. All right, so that's 3, 4, 10, 15, 25.
20.
You take 5 points of damage as she drains the life from you.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yikes. At least he's still up.
Yep, because if it reduced until the target finishes, and that's also done to your maximum health.
Yeah.
And if the target dies from this effect, it reduces its hit point maximum to 0.
Wait, what happened? Say that again?
If you died from that, your hit point maximum would be reduced to 0.
Oh, so my maximum is now reduced by 25 as well?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right.
And she breaks the kiss off from you and smiles. Thanks for the energy. And it shoves you off. I'll come for you another time. There's others who want to play. All right, Mute, it's your go.
Well, I didn't like that too much. And I say, you know what? Now consider me your ex-boyfriend.
Fredness just pinches like the bridge between his eyes, just in pain.
Yeah, you're really hitting her hard there, bud.
Oh, I'll hit her hard, all right. And I go for an arm strike.
Nope.
No? Okay. Let's see.
Where's Alvar around to give Mute advantage?
I guess I'll go for... I'll go for Fury Blows. I'll do it.
Oh, nope.
All right.
Oh. All right. With that, it is top of the order. Gary is going to throw an Eldritch Blast this time at Kiata, because that's the only one that's on him that you can see. That's a no. Kiata just kind of like shrinks his head back into a shell as Eldritch Blast just flies over, pops back out. And he's like, oh no, this isn't working. Regnus, it's your go.
I'm getting real tired of this lady. I'm shooting her.
All right.
Man, I always roll low on the damage.
I mean, it's not too bad. All right. Anything else you'd like to declare? Oh, you forgot your
Oh, hex, right.
Yep, she's back to looking rough. From what you can tell, every time she kisses, she regains some health, but not a lot.
Can someone please just hit her?
Soul, it's like, I can! And runs forward, his spear turning into an axe. Oh, yeah. That's gonna hurt. That's definitely gonna hurt. So you just see him, like, run up, carve right into her with this axe, driving her down. But she gets back. She's able to steady herself to where she's not completely downed. It's this huge cut. It's just across her chest. And let's see. Actually, no. With his bonuses, that does kill her. So he just drives the axe down further and pushes her to the ground and holds her there until she stops moving and places his foot on the back of the axe and pushes it in.
Ooh.
Yes. And he looks at you, Mute, and grabs you and pulls you closer to him. That fear that you had of him earlier is still taking effect.
All right.
As he just holds you nose to nose. Why would you kiss a succubus?
I was trying to distract her for you guys. I took the beating so you guys could succeed.
Make a deception or a persuasion check, depending on if you're lying or not.
I'll do persuasion because I feel like. Well, hold on.
You feel like you were doing it for the better of the group?
Yeah, you know, that doesn't sound very you-like.
He stares at you almost in disbelief, and he just lets go of you. He's like, I can't believe you mortals. Ugh. There's still one left to kill. He rips his axe out.
Hey, you get the book.
He's been
He
tainted.
doesn't need to die.
He's been tainted. He just kind of pushes past you.
Yeah, so if I asshole, and guess what? I'm still trying to fix shit. Let him.
He's ignoring you. Tulip and Kiata, it's your go. Tulip, you've been able to get most of the people away from the battle. Kiata, it's still just you and Gary.
All right. You said he's holding the book in his hands currently, or his.
Yeah, in one of his hands he has a book.
All right. I'm going to unarmed strike. Don't want to hit him hard enough to like kill him if he's close. I just want to knock him out.
You can declare non-lethal damage.
Yeah, I will.
That'll hit.
All right. Just I'll go for the.
Oh,
All right.
Yes.
Yes.
that'll definitely hurt.
Make sure. I just want to knock him out.
So after hearing Soul or the Hell Knight declare that he's coming for Gary, you're like, oh no! And you look to Gary and suddenly go, bam, bam! 2 quick more jabs right in the face and just drop him, and he just like goes limp and hits the ground like a wet bag of potatoes or something.
Then with like Kia's quarterstaff, he's just gonna knock the book away, like out of Gary's hands.
All right, that will end combat, and the Hell Knight starts looking around, and he sniffs the air and just stares at Kiata. No taint on you. He starts looking around more until he finally finds the book and he looks at it. You mortals and seeking knowledge you shouldn't have. He just puts it into his book before walking over to Gary's unconscious form and just starts sharpening his axe a little.
I snap my fingers and I shift the hex to him. As we said, the book only.
As you said, not what I agreed to.
Gary here will no longer have his power, so you can leave. You did your job.
He's still tainted by a demon.
I'm still tainted by whatever the fuck touched me, but you know what? I repent. Something clearly you forgot to do.
Forgot? I'll let you know a little something about me. I am a Hellborn. I am not like you mortals who sell your souls for power. I am not a mortal who has servitude himself to my god Eric's. I was born in hell. I was crafted in hell. And when I am done here, I will return to hell.
And when I am done, I will return to my god. Technically, goddess. And you know what?
You have fun with
For
that.
what I did on this earth, I get to do. Essentially, I am valued for what I've done. I am forged here, and I am forged by what I have done. And I am not allowing you to kill this man who is able to repent for his sins.
Make a persuasion check.
God damn it, I don't have proficiency.
Oh,
Nice.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a good contesting, too. So you're asking me, a Hell Knight, to refute the orders of my god,
If I remember
to
correctly
abandon
of
my
your
duty
order.
and not dispense justice.
Regnus smiles coyly. If I remember the teachings of your order, it is to remove the demon filth. I believe you've done just that, and taking that book. He is not
There's
a demon
still
filth.
taint on him.
Then allow him to wash it off.
He grumbles for a moment before just reaching down and like picking Gary up by the scruff and shaking him awake.
Wait, what?
He just picks Gary up and shakes him awake by like shaking him by the scruff of his shirt and everything.
I'll use a
Collar.
single healing light to awaken him.
Why am I still alive?
Because you are going to repent for your sins so you can stay alive.
What happened to my mistress?
She's dead. And if you do not act accordingly, you will be as well.
Soul still like glares at him, then glares at you, Regnus.
Regnus is
I feel
going
like I
to
should
walk.
make him your punishment.
What was that?
I feel like I should make him your punishment. Your job to make sure he stays clean.
And I'm going to grab Gary by the scruff, bring him close, and just be like, what you did was extremely fucking stupid. I hope you understand that. Unlike this man right here, I actually have the decency to keep you alive, and I slam his back against the wall. However, even I have my limits. You're going to repent for what you did. Otherwise, you're going to see the not-so-happy side of me.
Make an intimidation check. Oh. Oh. Like his eyes dart from you to the Hell Knight to you. Honestly, I think he's a little scarier than you.
Would you like to see it?
At this point, Kiana's gonna walk over and just kind of separate Regnus from Gary. He's gone through enough today. Let him rest.
When you touch him, he's about to strike you, but sees that it's you and doesn't, and backs off a little bit, dusts himself, and goes, "Your business is done here, Hell Knight. Leave."
You have no command over me.
If I remember correctly, you have other jobs elsewhere. Do you wish to keep your god waiting?
He just grins at that. I know more about your god than you know about mine.
Oh, that's
Keep that
extremely
in mind.
sexist of you. I have a goddess.
Shakes his head. Gods can take any form they wish.
Laura, please give me insight.
You can do a religion check if you want.
Ooh. Oh.
The only thing you remember is that Hell Knights are not forgiving. They are not the forgive type. So until he has made up his mind as to whether or not there is hope for Gary, you're probably not getting him to budge.
I'm going to look to Gary. So, what do you pick? Death or repent?
Let's see. Look at my notes real quick. I choose his eyes like move between the two of you more and more. I mean, do I really have to choose now?
If you want to stay alive, yeah. As he points to the Hell Knight.
Okay. I have a coin. I'm going to
Oh my god,
I'm going
man.
to flip on it. And he reaches into his pocket and
What does the coin look like?
actually he pulls out an eyelash in gum Arabic and vanishes.
I'm
The Hell Knight like freezes for a second. Invisibility, really? And charges to where he was and swings, but there's nothing there to connect with.
Wait, I have to check something real quick.
It's an action to cast.
Fuck, I can't do that.
Kiasa, since you were right there, you can make a perception check to see if you know which way he went. Oh my god, he vanished.
Am I in line of sight to see what happened?
I would say yeah, so... Actually, yeah, each of you make a perception check as well to see if you see which way he goes.
Wow.
God damn it!
Tulip, he's running right past you. At least that's what you think.
I'm gonna shoot a thunder wave at him.
Alright, I'm going to roll a 1d4 to see which direction it goes. Go ahead and click the spell for me. Ooh. Oh. So, all of a sudden, you hear a boom as Tulip, lets loose a thunder wave, and then you see the table overturn and this body imprint smack against a bookcase and just fall to the ground as the invisibility slowly leaves it.
Do your business, demon.
Tulip's
She
just
did
gonna
it for
walk
me.
out without saying anything.
She did it for me. I'm actually kind of proud of that. That was kind of awesome. At least she knows how to do her job. Soul will return to the outside, shoo off the civilian people who are ogling over the dead succubus, poking at it with a stick, and he's like, "Go, get out of here, rotten things. Damn mortals." And he starts carving up the body with his knife.
Tulip's just gonna watch him do it.
He's very methodical, like he's cutting it into smaller pieces and then putting it into a bag. He doesn't really pay you any mind. It's just like, he does this every day.
She's gonna ask, why do you have to cut it up like that?
Easier to transport. I still have to carry it through a portal. When a demon dies, their body normally dissipates, returning back to the plane that they came from. But when a demon is killed by a Hell Knight, that doesn't happen. So I have to cut up, gather all pieces of the demon to prevent idiots. He yells that kind of loudly in the direction of Regnus. from gathering and harvesting materials that they would use for rituals and so on.
She's just gonna.
I say to the Hell Knight that I don't feel so good. I feel a little less than myself. Is there any way to reverse this effect?
You could always try and find a way to travel back in time and stop yourself from kissing it.
I had to stop her from killing more civilians.
He thinks for a moment. Rest overnight. You'll be fine in the morning.
Okay, thank you very much.
Mortals. He just seems kind of like exasperated and kind of annoyed by the whole situation. Just sits there like carving it up. Are you guys going to do anything else while you're here, or more of just kind of leave him to his work?
I'm gonna have to just ask him one more question before he gets up and leaves.
All right.
She's
He
gonna just.
doesn't stop you.
She's just gonna ask. Well, she's just gonna say. I don't think that human deserved to die, but I do think, with the power he had in his hands, he'd want to find it again.
That's how you mortals tend to be. You get something powerful and you never want to let it go. And then if it is taken from you, you want it back by any means necessary.
She's just gonna say he was dangerous, and she's just gonna walk away.
Little one, before you go.
Yeah?
If you see any others of my order, any other Hell Knights, tell them to head to Talnyan. And just tell them Soul sent you. And that should get the message across.
She just nods and joins the group.
Alright. So, do you guys travel back to Atlas, who's just munching on some grass, kind of like, hey?
Yeah. Tulip's just gonna pet him.
Alright.
Regnus, though, before he leaves, will put Gary in a, lie him down, arms crossed, eyes closed, and then just shake his head and just be like, you dumb idiot.
Well, on the bright side, none of you were killed.
Mute.
Thankfully.
So, as you kind of each get back to the your cart, you see the townsfolk gathering back around, collecting Gary's body to have him buried and everything. The Hell Knight soul is just still there, making sure he gets every last bit of taint, and then he just sets the house on fire. He's just he's methodical and systematic about it. So it's another day. It's Tuesday to him.
Yeah.
I hang back just a little bit to make sure the whole town doesn't burn down.
No, he doesn't burn down the whole town. Just that one house.
All right.
Well, I guess I try to look for some rations.
Yeah, they are willing to sell you rations here.
Okay.
Let's see.
Buy extra because of that fucking raccoon.
Buy extra because of that fucking raccoon. I mean, it's just a raccoon.
Yeah.
It's never just a raccoon.
Oh, you dare accuse me of doing something special? They have 5 silver pieces per ration. If
Okay. I'll get 2 of them then.
all right. Everyone's just kind of in a mood now. Wow.
Yeah. I think Tulip's just gonna be bothered that she had to kill him. So she's just gonna be quiet.
Regnus is very, very annoyed.
Regnus is always annoyed.
More so than normal.
Porciata wanted to spare him, but
Yeah,
well,
I tried, but what had to be done had to be done.
all right. So let's see. Dun, 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 dun. So, leaving the small hamlet, do you guys continue on your journey straight to Penna, or do you have any other items you want to try and find in this small hamlet?
Besides rations, I don't think there's much else we need because we have tents and blankets and bedrolls.
All right. So, let's continue on. Little.
Road again?
You're going to Penna from Heldas. Everyone's drawing on the map again. All right. So, as you continue on your travels, you get a fair distance away from the town. As night starts to fall, you start slowing down your cart in order to, make camp. And all of a sudden you feel heavy, and the whole cart shifts. And you look down, and the cart, one of the wheels had hit a pothole and cracked the wheel.
Oh.
And that's when you start thinking, did anyone buy a spare wheel? But nonetheless, you pull off to the side as it's getting late already, and you start setting up camp. Let's see. And before even anyone's watch truly begins, I need each of you to do a perception check.
Are we looking out for the raccoon again?
Maybe.
Someone with a critical failure, Mute, still has a higher score than me.
All right, so each of you, you're like, getting the wheel off, making sure it's still serviceable, minor repair to it and all that. Getting your tent stuff ready. Tulip, as you're, doing your share of work, you just notice a raccoon suddenly drop off the bottom of the cart and start scurrying around with a ration in its mouth.
She's gonna shoot it with a short bow.
All right.
Yeah.
That'll hit.
Oops. How do I...
You hit it in its hind leg, and all of a sudden it jumps up, and you hear a human, yeah, and it transforms halfway through the jump into a full human and slams its head against the bottom of the cart. Boof! Ah!
Magnus immediately perks up, looks over, and goes, "Oh, for the love of God!"
Yeah. I go over there.
And all of a sudden, this young elven man with this deep, kind of bark-colored skin starts pulling himself out from underneath the cart. Why'd you have to shoot me in the butt? He reaches over,
Because you're
plucks the
stealing
arrow
our
out.
crap and being a mooch.
Sorry. I'm
outta
hungry.
here.
What do you want? Oh, come on. That's not way to be hospitable.
Magnus
Just gonna
will,
hold up the bow again and just point it right at his face.
Magnus will, with purpose and stride, as if he's done this before, walk over, grab him by the neck, slam him down, and go, "Leave us the fuck alone. You want food? Go get some food. You want money? Go get a job. Otherwise, we have nothing for you."
Yikes.
He's like holding up his hands defensively, like he's just laying there still.
He lets go and walks back to doing whatever he was doing. This moves here. Oh, God.
Wow, you guys are like really mean. He slowly gets up, hands still up in the air, like trying to move away as he keeps his eyes on Tulip, aiming the arrow at him.
Yep, she's still doing it.
Yeah, I was just gonna motion for Tulip to put the bow away, and he's gonna go over to this raccoon man, and he's not taking the arrow out himself if it's still stuck in him. That's. But he will heal him for what, the 7 health he lost?
Tulip's just gonna put the bow down and walk away. Kind of like start setting up a tent. Just really.
Thank you, Turtle. I know it's rude and all, but it's just, I mean, come on. I don't have any weapons or anything, and I kind of need to eat too, you know?
You could ask rather than steal.
Yeah, the last group I asked shot me, so, you know, that was wonderful.
Well, you stole from us and you got shot again.
I mean, the amount I stole from you compared to the one time I did get hit was kind of nice. But, you know.
You can transform into a fucking animal. And you're telling me the only way you can find food is by stealing from random people who travel.
Well, you try being cursed.
Oh, trust me, buddy. I fucking am.
Well, then you know how annoying it is. What animal do you transform into against your will?
Oh, it's not an animal. It's something far worse.
Oh, an asshole. Oh, wait. I see. That's just you all around.
He's gonna, like, start charging the beam in his hand, just like, you wanna fucking go.
No.
Tulip's just gonna tell Regnus to stop.
He takes a deep and heavy sigh and just... Look, we've had a really... Or at least I've had a really long day.
Oh, I saw.
How about you go to that small little hamlet and offer your beautiful self to some work? I'm pretty sure there's some farmer that could use a strapping young asshole like yourself.
Well, when you put it that way, you're going to make me blush. My name is Ladeli, by the way. Pleasure to meet all of you. His hands are still up in the air. But yeah, I was cursed to where I transform randomly into a raccoon until someone hits me. And then I change back. It kind of sucks. So, as for the reason as to why I don't get a job, because I don't know when the next time I'll transform is. I just do.
And you've never thought about saying this to an employer?
I have tried, and they never believe me. They just think I slacked off work.
What are you cursed by?
His shoulders kind of slump as his arms go down. I, may have insulted a forest spirit.
You deserve it.
Yeah.
It was on accident.
On accident?
Yes.
How?
Well, I'm sure you've heard of the Lady of the Forest, right?
15 times.
Oh, have I?
Oh, good. Well, it turns out she has a favorite animal. It was a raccoon with kind of a golden pelt. And I may have tried hunting it when I wasn't supposed to.
That's not an accident.
Well, I didn't know it was her favorite animal. I just knew it had a very nice pelt, and this one girl back at the home where I had would really like it. But that was 5 years ago now, so, yeah, I can't go home because I'm a raccoon.
Go to hell.
And as he's saying this, you see his nose slowly start, like, turning black and getting longer.
She's just gonna say, go to Heldis.
That's the town that the Lady of the Forest is in.
I know.
Yeah. Trust me, they could use a raccoon.
Make
Well, but
amends.
before he
Maybe
like
she'll
changes
help you.
back, Kiana's just gonna give him a little whack on the head with his quarterstaff.
Wait, you whacked Regnus or Ladeli?
Ladeli, so he doesn't turn into a raccoon in the middle of our conversation.
Oh, he waits. Ow! 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 Thank you.
Mhm.
I try again. I mean, last time she threw me from the forest with her roots.
Try to
Apparently she
explain
likes
yourself.
doing that. All right. Heldis is which way again?
She's just gonna point in the direction.
Oh,
Actually,
thank you.
if you just really even mention our group to her and say that we sent you, I'm pretty sure she can understand an animal. She might actually forgive you is not the right word. Tolerate your presence.
Well, I guess that's a hopeful start. Do you have any food for the road, or am I just...
Kyoto's gonna reach into like his coin pouch and take out 5 gold pieces and just give them to him. Tell him to buy some food.
Oh,
Tulip will do the same.
thank you very much. I hope I don't transform again by the time I get back to town. Well, thank you very much for all of your kindness, truly. Even if some of you were a little bit mean. He looks at Regnus for a moment.
Returns the glare.
I'm Tabaxi, I am sorry for biting you before.
Don't worry about it. Just get out of here, and I guess keep that ration that you took.
Okay. Thank you, each of you, and he starts running to try and get to town before he changes back.
Okay.
Oh.
I think if we find that raccoon again, we just have to keep him. As much as I hate to say that.
I mean, you could probably sell them as like an exotic rare. We got this raccoon that turns into a person if you hit him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, after that whole encounter, like, Kyoto's just gonna pat Tulip on the head, say that was a very nice thing for you to do.
She's just gonna.
And then he's gonna walk over to Regnus, ruffle his hair. We need to work on your anger issue.
Oh.
Magnus just slowly straightens his hair back and then goes back to work.
All right. So you set up your camp and you go to have your watches. Are you sticking with the same watches and so on?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. All right. So each of you do perception checks for your watches. Whoever has Tulip on their watch gets advantage.
Oh, Tulip.
Oh, so we'll go with Tulip's roll. Which watch are you on? First, second, or third? That's
She was on
with
first.
Regnus, with Mute. Regnus is on first.
Yeah, she was on first last time, so.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
During the night, though, I'm going to be changing my right arm's tattoo from Cure Wounds to Guiding Bolt.
Gotcha. All right. Let's see. No, and Kiata's. Kiata,
Yes.
you're having a very nice morning watch. Very pleasant out. Just a couple of birds. You saw a squirrel. It was awesome.
Sounds about right.
You're able to peacefully meditate. Nothing truly bothers you. There's a couple of morning butterflies with a morning light that just kind of like land on you and use you as a perch to stretch their wings. That's kind of what this scene that all of you wake up to. Not Kiata watching, but meditating in the morning light.
Tulip's just gonna walk out and sit next to Kiata.
Let's see. And no, none of your stuff was stolen, so don't worry.
I'm going back to my regular HP.
Yes, you are. After a good night rest.
Nice.
Alright, so that's day 4. Alright. I'm going to speed this up a little bit, and I'm just going to go ahead and do some checks for the next days. because I don't want you guys dying out in the woods.
Nothing
No.
is gonna bother a meditating turtle. That's just rude.
I mean, like, on a couple of times, like, there's people that pass by, like, early in the morning, and they kind of stop and stare at the turtle. They're like, what is that? I don't know. Do we touch it? No, don't touch it. Don't bother it. But for the most part, nothing really happens. Your watches go by without much event. And then today, about midday, you start to come upon Penna. And you see this large town, or actually a large city, just jutting up from the ground by the lake. On the outside walls, you see a squalor of houses or shacks that are built of discarded old wood or tents that were never supposed to be permanent but have become permanent fixtures there. And as soon as it hits the wall, it all stops as this wall shoots up about 30 feet and all around. And further in, you see another wall shooting up slightly higher than that one. And in there, you see this large spire, a large mansion, and a few other notable buildings. Regnus, you know that the spire itself is the High Library from what the Lady of the Forest told you. It is a university and a library, so it's like a giant arcanum of knowledge from all sorts of different fields of science, of alchemy, of magic. And it's all collected right there.
And Regnus will smile a very, very large smile.
All right. As you get closer and closer to the tent town around Penna, you see more and more people kind of busying around trying to essentially make ends meet by doing simple clothing repair. Some of them have makeshift weapons that they're selling as well, but nothing of decent quality. Most of it is of haphazard quality. And it takes you about a good 30 minutes of walking to get all the way through Tent Town until you're to the wall. And this whole time you are essentially being pestered by people asking for money, asking for rations, people wanting to know if you've seen someone that you've never heard of, asking what direction you came from, if you have news from Talneon, if you have news from Zelnir. But unfortunately, nothing you can really answer. And I need each of you to do perception checks if you don't mind. Wow. Mute is the only one who notices a kid trying to pick Regnus's pocket.
Hey, kid, what are you doing
there? You notice it too. It's just a kid, his hand just practically elbow deep into Regnus's back pocket, pulling out money or something.
I go to grab him.
I wasn't doing nothing. You let go of me.
I saw your hand in his pocket.
He's going to try and kick you in the shin. Nope, he just barely misses as he tries to kick you in the shin right where the raccoon had bit you.
I just turns around and with a very sad look just goes, "Look, kid, all I got is 2 silver." I take off the coin pouch and I put it in his hand. Just fucking run off.
He grins, "Thanks, mister," and he runs off, and you see him run to a bunch of other kids. That guy's a sucker. They don't have any other money, though.
Regnus just sighs and continues on walking.
Poor Regnus. It's been a long journey for him.
Yeah, he's not that poor. He's just he gets what he deserves.
Anger.
Oh boy. Well, you guys did get a lot of money, remember, from the orc stuff.
Oh, wait, how much did we get? I don't think I put that in.
You don't think you put that in?
Yeah, I didn't put that in.
500 CP, 80 SP, 20 GP.
For
Okay.
everyone?
Yep.
Kid, the 2 silver pieces, and I still have my money bag of much more money.
Well, better not let them know that.
I don't intend to.
Alright, so eventually you get to the front gate of Penna, and you see that it's drawn closed. There's a few guards standing in front. They have the main big gate closed, and there's just essentially a small doorway that they are using to let individuals go through after they give them a rough pat down and check. And as your group goes to join or goes to enter, they stop you. Papers, please. You either need a pass or you need to have enough money to buy a pass.
Yeah, sorry, what was that?
My internet spazzed for a second. The guard, while looking bedraged, just does not care of your existence, or anyone's existence for that matter, is asking for a gate pass for you to enter into the city. And if you don't have the pass, you can buy one for about 100 gold pieces.
Can Tulip just say that the Lady of the Forest sent from Heldis?
They don't really... You don't know if that would work or not.
She's gonna try. Persuade.
Alright, use a persuasion.
Wow.
They start thinking for a moment, and kind of to add to it, you hold up the letter that she had given you, and they're like, they take it from you for a moment and examine the seal that's on it, the seal of Heldos that the lady had used from Hemlingaunt's office. Yes, you'll want to take this to our lawmaster. He's in the low district at the moment in his office. Please, go on ahead. But first, we still need to do a security check on you, as we are looking for certain items of interest. If you don't mind. So do you guys submit yourself to the pat-down check?
Begrudgingly.
Alright, it takes a few moments, but of course, afterwards they let you through, as you don't seem to have anything that they're searching for.
Okay.
And as you go through, the guard once again tells you how to get to the lawmaster in order for everything to be taken care of.
Okay.
And as you enter into the town, you see essentially a larger market district where there is a lot of moving and buying and selling going around. There are stalls wall to wall and buildings for, individual restaurants, businesses, and so on. This is a center of trade for this entire kingdom, and likely for some of the neighboring ones as well. Yeah. There's also no grubby street urchin children running around here trying to pick your pockets.
That's always a bonus.
Alright. Is there anything you guys want to do other than turn in the letter, or are you going to try and head straight to the library?
I think
Something to eat.
Yeah, finding something to eat is definitely on the list.
Yeah,
Let's see.
let's go find something to eat.
Yeah, because you guys have been, eating rations for the last 8 days and nothing else. After a while, they start to kind of leave that filmy taste in your mouth, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna get some more.
So, let's see. Yep, there is a number of really nice taverns and restaurants here. There is the obviously poorer spots of the low district, such as the Headman's Feed Bag, which it looks kind of shabby from the outside, and even just glancing in through one of the dirty windows, it's kind of shabby on the inside. You see also the lazy dwarf, which has a rather lazy dwarf sitting on the front porch of it with his feet kicked up, smoking a pipe, and kind of passed out in his chair. It seems much better than the feed bag. A little bit down the way, you hear word of the Wyvern's Fang, which is also a really good place to eat. And the last one you hear about, which is supposedly the best place to get food, is the Dryad's Rest, but it's also just as expensive.
Yeah. Something about a wyvern.
Oh yeah, the Wyvern's Fang. It's moderately priced, so from what you understand, it's pretty good for the price that you're paying, and a lot of people would suggest it way over the Headman's feed bag.
Okay, she's gonna go there.
All right, so you head off to the Wyvern's Fang, and the first thing you see is actually a wyvern's head mounted on the entrance to the tavern. You kind of poke at it as you go by, and it's a real wyvern's head.
Damn.
Whoa.
And as you get in, you see kind of like this grizzled half-orc kind of like sitting behind the bar, washing the countertop. He's missing one eye. There's like claw marks down that side of the face. Part of his lip is permanently split open from a scar. And he just kind of waves to you. Ah, welcome. Welcome to the Wyvern's Fang. What can I get for you?
I was just gonna say, what do you recommend?
What do I recommend? Alright. Let me pull up his menu real quick. Because I do stuff like this, because I talk about food, and when I talk about food, I make myself hungry. It's the worst, I swear. Let's see. Alright, he thinks for a moment, and he's like, well, we've got baked white fish with clove and boysenberry tart. We've got braised deer and plum pie. Baked salmon with pepper and almond bread. And braised bear with sugar and raspberry tarts.
I'll take that deer.
The braised deer and plum pie. Gotcha.
I'll have the
What
salmon.
about the rest of you? The salmon? Alright.
I'll also have this happen.
Salmon. And you, Azamar.
I'm good for now, but thank you.
He kind of looks almost insulted at that, but he's like, alright, fine, suit yourself.
She's just like, throw in an extra plum pie.
Alright, so as you get your food, the braised deer and plum pie comes with a glass of port wine. The baked salmon with pepper and almond bread comes with glasses of mead. It, in total, is a 3 silver piece meal because one of you decided not to eat. Can I at least get you a drink or something, or are you just going to sit here and look sour?
Whatever the house ale is.
Alright, 1 sour tart. And after a moment, he comes back and he like places it on the counter for you and everything. And the mug itself looks like a tart, as in a sultry woman. Well,
So how's she look?
the craftsmanship's pretty good, actually. You know,
Excellent.
not outright lewd, but you know, definitely enticing.
All right.
Look, mute. It's your kind of woman. And I'll down the thing and just slam it in front of him.
Make a Constitution save.
Oh dear.
So all of us?
No, just him.
No.
Oh well, the good news is it doesn't knock you on your ass. The bad news, you're able to stomach it and everything. That's the good news. But it's just as he said, sour. It's a very sour ale. Like you just ate a handful of sour warheads at one time.
Oh,
He just kind of smiles at you. You gotta keep being sour there.
Tulip's just gonna laugh
Oh,
at
well.
Magnus.
This just reminds me of that
Don't take
episode
it personally,
of,
laddie.
of Chowder, where he puckered so hard he like went inside of himself because of how sour the thing was.
That's perfect.
He pats Regnus on the shoulder. Don't be such a bad sport about it, laddie. I'll get you something a little better. And, he changes out the drink for just a really good strong ale.
He slowly sips.
It helps alleviate the sourness in the mouth.
But yeah, I put the glass down in front of Mute, the sultry woman.
You just place it in front of me.
Yep, it's a wooden mug essentially that's designed to look like a barmaid that's got a very low cut shirt and is pulling up her dress.
Oh. What y'all to say? Hey, how long have you been working here?
Oh my god.
I actually question how intelligent he is if he's talking to an inanimate object if it's a person.
Oh, I thought you were... Okay, never mind.
Nope, it's
I
already
thought you were
happened.
talking about the person. Well, let's say it anyway.
Let's see. There's a few others already in the tavern as well. You see what looks like another adventuring party.
Does this appear to be like
just
a place for drinking and eating?
Yeah, from what you understand, he looks like there's like rings where it looks like there were room keys, but there's no keys hanging there. So it's sorry, throat. He's the innkeeper himself. He introduces himself as Sabbath. Just an old half-orc adventurer who's lived past his prime.
Can he have black hair?
He does have black hair.
Thank you.
Because he's Black Sabbath. Yeah.
Oh.
That's all I wanted.
But yeah. All right. So as you settle down to have your drinks and so on, you wait for a moment to try and relax, find a place to sleep and so on. Sabbath does point you in a direction as to which you can go to find some rooms and so on.
Okay.
And at that, I'm afraid we are out of time.
Right.
So, oh no, we're out of time.
Dang it.
Unfortunately, I got to get ready for family stuff.
That's okay.
But nonetheless, hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm glad I did not kill Mute because he wanted to kiss the succubus.
I mean, if he had died,
I was
it
worried.
wouldn't have been anyone else's fault but his own.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, I don't want it to happen, and
I know.
it's like, well, shit.
I thought it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
I liked
It was definitely a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good session.
Yay.
Yeah, that was entertaining.
Yeah.
Good old Ladelli.
Also, one last thing before we got to do. After he finishes his meal, I want him to go back and order another one. Come back and set it in front of Regnus and just say, "Food, it's good for the soul," and walk off.
He's going to stare at it, stare at you. Can we get this to go?
The fish talks in Soul's voice. Hey there. I'm kidding.
No. Oh my god. It's Kiata. It sounds like Tristan's skeleton dog. Bark.
Bark.
In Ice-T's voice. Just in his...
No, it was Shaq's voice.
Oh, was it Shaq?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, one of these days you got to tell me about this session you guys are running.